Hello there guys, and welcome back to our car modeling tutorial. And in this episode here we are going to start to extract all of the panels before adding all of the intricate details to this. So in the last episode we made a little space here for that vent, which we will work on when we start to look at the details of the model here. But what we'll do in this episode is I'm going to go through extracting this panel here. I'm going to do that with you, and then what I'll do is I'm going to run through and extract all of the other panels. I'll speed that up. I'll just do something like ×2, just so that you can kind of see how it looks. Okay, so what we're going to do is we talked about prepping this in the last episode, and prepping it in terms of making sure that our line here is on the lower line rather than the higher line. And then what we've got here is on the side. Now it's not looking too good on the front there, but it looks good everywhere else. And we can see that we're sitting nicely on top of the line here, and we're sitting nicely on top here. So let's just double check. Now it's important just to make sure that these are 100% on point before you do what you need to do. So let's just maybe adjust this slightly should we need to, and its associated points. I'm happy with the rest of that. So in order to do this, simplest thing to do is we're going to go to Mesh Tools. I'm going to insert an edge loop, and we're going to go fairly close here because it looks like all of these panels, once they are merged together, are then beveled. So what we'll do is we're just going to make sure that we're sitting nice and close to them with our edge loop. And I'm just going to drop it here, and we're going to drop it just at the edge of the shadowed section. Now before we do anything else, we'll grab our vertices here. We're going to make sure we're on our component view, and we just want to make sure that all of these sections stay nice and close to each other. So I want to just make sure that they're not getting further and further away as they get to any point, which we can see that they actually have on our side view here. So with this one here, we're just going to pull up and up like so. Okay. And maybe here we'll pull down towards as well. So we just want to get these nice and close. Got a nice little panel gap there. So maybe again that still looks a little bit too far for my liking, because when we do bevel these in together, what is going to happen is they could move a little bit further apart. So I want them just sitting nice and close, and also maintaining the correct line here. Okay. That looks pretty good. And what we'll do is we'll do the same across this section here, so we can see that we're running along the bottom edge of the line here. Again, just make sure that we're following that nicely. And if we check our front view here, you can see that we're still following that nicely. Maybe we want to come down. Just a little bit there. Okay, that's looking good. So what we'll do here is we're going to grab our mesh tools, we're going to insert an edge loop, and again we're going to go nice and close to this line. We can see that that's maintained quite a nice distance all the way. You can check on the top view here, that's maintained quite a nice distance. So if we look in our main body view here, we can see that's looking pretty good. So what we'll do is we will now select the faces. We are going to select all those faces in between and hit delete, so we can now see we've got that little panel gap going across there. And then we're going to do the same here, and we'll hit delete. So we can see now we've got these separate panels, and then we can go to mesh, and well, we could, yeah, mesh and separate, and that means that anything that's not 100% joined, so we can see all of this is still fine, but now we've got this green section at the front. That means we now have an independent panel away from each of those. And what we'll want to do when we do that is we're going to want to now create new special duplicates inside here. So we're going to grab our move tool. We're going to make sure that our pivot's in the center here. It can be the center anywhere, as long as it's on the center line, it doesn't matter. If yours isn't on the center line, we can hold D, which is going to affect the pivot. You can hold X at the same time as D, and we can drag this into the grid and just make sure it's on any center line for now, which is going to allow us then to duplicate it. But what we might want to do first is we are going to delete by type of history, so we're going to get rid of all the information before that. We are then going to freeze the transformations, so that we have no transformations on this, and then we can go to our duplicate special. Just bring the dialog box over, and we want to make sure we're on X, Y, and Z here, so we're on -1 on the X. We can hit duplicate special, that's going to flip across for us. So we're going to want to do that with every one, so it's going to be a case of when we edit the vertices on this point, it's going to edit the vertices on this subsequent part as well, as long as we selected instance, which let's just double check, make sure we did. Okay, we actually did copy there, so with those same settings there, we want to make sure we have instance, and we can duplicate there. So let's double check now. Yeah, so we can see on the other side here that our vertices is being highlighted. Cool. So what we want to do now is we want to run across and do all the other aspects of this. So the first one here is we want to do one along this arch, and that's kind of this whole section is 1, this section is 2, and then we want to do the door and the roof up here, and then we want to go along the back, and I think there's only 2 around there, so it's not too bad. So what I'll do is I'll go through now, I'll speed this up a little bit, and then we will start to add some details in the next episode.